So we are going to start today lying on our backs. If you just want to make your way onto your mat, lying on your backs, you don't need anything extra today. You don't even need any yoga blocks. You just need your lovely selves. So just lie down on your... You have a beautiful energy. I wish I could stay. Oh, well, come back some other time and practice some other time, but thank you. So we're going to start lying down on our backs. And just have your knees bent so that you can knock your knees together. Bring one hand onto your belly, bring one hand onto your chest. Close your eyes, roll your shoulders back and down. And we'll just start by taking a few breaths. And I'm encouraging you to have one hand on your belly as well, just to kind of just become a little bit aware of your core. We're going to do quite a bit of core work today, almost as like a byproduct of the side body stuff that we do. So I really want you to begin to become aware of it. So as you inhale, your belly will rise. And as you exhale, feel your belly fall. Maybe you begin to kind of slightly contract your core as you exhale. So you're finding every exhale a little bit more engagement there. Remember how we spoke about in the first class, that kind of drawing of your hip bones together across your stomach as you engage your core. Maybe find that here. Let's go for maybe 3 more breaths. Inhale. Just really slowing down, exhale. Especially if it's the end of your day and you've been busy. I just want you to arrive on your mat. Go for 2 more. Inhale. Really feel your breath as you exhale. Where do you feel it in your body? Physically, energetically. Last one. Inhale. Slow down your exhale. Okay, and when you're ready, like open your eyes, and we're going to come straight over to hands and knees. If you want to rock and roll a couple of times, feel free. If it's the end of the day or the start of the day and that's not happening, and you'd rather just roll over, then do that. But make your way up to hands and knees. And when you get to hands and knees, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Just remember what we spoke about last class, not that slight turn in, that slight turn out, so your index fingers are facing forward. And just begin with a couple of circles. And maybe you find the breath here, or you stay with the breath here. So you're really, really tuning into where you are right now. Inhales to come forward, exhales to circle back. You can make these as big or as small as you would like them to be. And then you can go in the opposite direction as well. Maybe the longer that you're here, the more warm that you get, the more space that you create, and so the bigger the circles can become. That's okay. Okay, and then the next time that you end up somewhere relatively near center, stay. So shoulders are stacked over the wrists now. Take a breath in, and as you do, you're going to lift up onto your fingers. So your knuckles stay down, but your palms lift like finger push-ups, and then exhale to lower down. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, lower down, and then if you feel like you can go a little bit faster, you're going to almost begin to pulse. Now, you'll want to kind of shift the weight back, it'll become a lot easier, but if you can, keep the weight forward. Of course, if this is too much, let the weight sink back. We'll go for 10 more. 9, 8, if your forearms are burning, you're doing it right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring your right fingertips so they face towards your knees. Keep your left fingertips so they're facing forwards. And we'll do some cat-cows from here. If this is too much, go for like a bit more of a diagonal. So rather than your fingers facing directly towards your knees, just slightly turn your fingers so they're facing more of a diagonal. Take an inhale, and as you do, soften your elbows. Begin to pull your chest forward between your arms, pull your shoulders back, look up, cow pose. On your exhale, press through the tops of the feet. Press down into the palms, round the spine, and tuck your chin. And 2 more like that. Inhale, cinch in the waist, soften the elbows, feel that traction on the ground, pull your chest forward, look up. And as you exhale, press it round, press into the ground, draw front body to back body to the tailbone. And we're going to do 1 more. Inhale, lift your tailbone, pull your shoulders back, and look all the way up. As you exhale, press it round. Inhale, find center, and take your right fingertips to the face, back forward again. We're going to lift up onto fingertips, but this time really fingertips. So all the way up, like you've got tented fingers, tented hands, and come back down. We're going to do 10 again. 10, 9, like you're trying to press the fingertips into the ground. 6, 5, don't worry, there's like a little jump at the top. 3, 2, and 1. Left fingertips face back towards your knees. Remember, if you want to go for the diagonal, feel free. If one side is different than the other, don't worry. Soften your elbows, 3 cat-cows. Inhale, pull your chest forward, really pull the shoulders back, chest pull through the arms, look up. And then as you exhale, press into the ground, round your spine, tuck your chin. 2 more, inhale, lift your tailbone. Soften your elbows as you pull your chest through and look up, and then exhale, press and round. Round into the spine, press down into the ground with hands and knees and the tops of your feet. Last one, inhale, lift your tailbone. Pull your chest forward, look up, and exhale, press into the ground, round your spine and tuck your chin. As you inhale, find a long spine, and spin your fingertips, your left fingertips, so they face forward. Okay, so bring your left hand in onto the ground, really press into the floor, and as you inhale, take your right arm across your body and all the way up towards the sky. There'll be a tendency to want to pop out that right hip, but can you pull the right hip back? Don't worry if that means that your twist is less. So maybe the arm doesn't go as high, the chest doesn't go as high. That's okay. We're thinking about isolating from the rib cage. Take one more breath in, press out the left hand, and exhale, the right arm threads underneath the left arm. Bring the back of the right shoulder to the ground, maybe this side of your face to the ground. If this isn't happening, it's too far, you can just bring the back of the right hand to the ground instead and stay here. Maybe this is really good and your left hand reaches forward to bring a little bit more weight into the right shoulder, find some more length in your spine. Let the weight be even in the knees. Left shoulder rolls back as if maybe you could look right underneath the armpit. Take a long exhale here. If the left arm is extended, just slide it back in. Press into the left hand. Take the right arm to the sky again. So already thinking about pulling the right hip down, letting the rib cage move. Right arm to the sky. And exhale, right hand lands. Press out of the right hand. Inhale, left arm to the sky. So again, not popping the hips. Pull the left hip back in space. Let the movement come from the rib cage, left arm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, left arm underneath right arm. Maybe back of the hand or back of the shoulder to the ground. If this is enough, stay. If you want more, right arm reaches forward and kind of pull the right arm bone back into its socket as you spin your rib cage to the right. Pull the right hip back, weight is even amongst both knees. Big breath in. Really long breath out. One more breath in. Long breath out. Okay, right hand slides in, right hand presses down, left arm to the sky again. Pull that left hip back in space, left arm to the sky, and exhale, left hand lands. Good. Tuck your toes. We're going to come straight into a downward facing dog. Oh, hold on. Sorry, my phone is just having a moment. Okay. Tuck your toes, glide those hips back in space. So first downward facing dog, go for a little wiggle, bend a knee, straighten a leg. Maybe you pedal out your feet a couple of times if you've been sat down all day. A wiggle might feel nice. So know that there's absolutely no need to ever have your heels on the ground in a downward facing dog. If you want to have your knees bent every single time you get here, totally fine. Okay. Come to some stillness, so hands shoulder distance, feet hip distance. Press your hands down and forward as you sink your chest towards your thighs. Maybe heels stay lifted, take a big breath in. And take a long breath out, sink down, press into the hands, press into the feet. Take another breath in. And a full breath out. On your next inhale, lift as high as you can on your tiptoes. Press into your hands, bend your knees. And then as you inhale, press off of the legs and ripple around as you come all the way forward into a plank pose. When you get that, press down into the ground. Slight tuck of your tailbone, chest forward, heels back. Take a big sip of air, inhale. And then exhale, bend the knees, press into your hands, lift your tailbone, and glide all the way back, downward facing dog. We're just going to do one more of those. Inhale, lift high onto tiptoes, strong arms. Exhale, press into your hands, bend your knees like you're going to bring your chest onto your thighs, and then use the strength of your thighs to ripple and round, come all the way forward, pushing you forward. Plank pose, heels back, heart towards the front of the room, tuck your tailbone, big breath in. This time on your exhale, drop your knees and come all the way down to lying on your belly with your forearms down on the ground in Sphinx pose. So your palms are down on the ground, elbows shoulder distance. You can check by just giving them a quick grab across your body. And then think about pulling your chest forward. So we're not kind of letting ourselves sink in. I want you to tuck your tailbone, drag your elbows back towards your hips as you pull your chest forward between your arms. Press down through the tops of the feet, legs are nice and active. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Okay, take another breath in, front to the shoulders back, like you're trying to squeeze your shoulder blades. And then this time as you exhale, press into the tops of the feet. Tuck chin to chest, and as if you were doing like a cat pose, begin to round the spine, fill the space between the shoulder blades. Maybe knees stay down, or if it's in you, press down, 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 knees lift. Inhale, low as you bow down, pull the chest forward. Exhale, same. Press through the elbows, round the spine, tuck your chin, draw your rib cage in, maybe knees lift, maybe almost into like a forearm plank and come all the way back down. Take an inhale. Last one, exhale, press into the elbows, press into the palms, round the spine, almost like a forearm plank, maybe knees lift, and come all the way back down. Good. We do something similar, but we're going to add on. So this time, interlace your fingers so that you've got more like a triangle shape with your arms. We're going to come into a forearm plank. Now, if forearm plank for you is too much today, you can keep your knees down. So it'll be the same. Tuck your toes, but your knees will stay on the floor. We want to keep the shoulders over the elbows wherever you are, so whether you've got your knees lifted or down. So if you're lifting up your legs, lifting up your thighs and your knees, then do forearm plank. So press down into the elbows, slightly fill the space between the shoulder blades, but then I want you to counter that by pulling your chest forward. Widen the feet a little bit. You can stay here, or you're going to root down into your left arm and take your right arm down by your hip. Now see if you can glue that right hip bone down, press through the right fingers, pull the chest forward, hold for 3, 2, on 1, we're going to swap over. So right arm finds the diagonal, press down into the right arm, press out of the right shoulder, left fingertips reach back for 3, 2, 1, keep going, left hand comes down, right arm comes back by your side, hold for 3, 2, 1, last one, right arm down, left arm by your side, chest forward, press out of the right elbow for 3, 2, on 1, drop your knees, untuck your toes, pull your chest forward in Sphinx pose, big breath in, big breath out, and walk your hands back. Press up to kneeling and sink your bum back towards your heels. Just take a rest at the back of your mat. This is 100% my favorite way to rest. So roll your shoulders back and down. Maybe close your eyes for a second. Take a big breath in. And take a really big breath out. And then do one more like that. Full breath in. And full breath out. Okay. When you're ready, downward facing dog. So come forward, hands and knees, tuck your hips, tuck your toes, and lift your hips up nice and high. Okay, so you've got a couple of options with the flow that we're going to do. We're going to repeat the flow 3 times. Your first option is to keep both hands on the ground where you are right now. But if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, you're going to step your feet a little bit wider. So you've got a slightly wider downward dog. Press your left hand down and forward, and maybe bring the right fingertips to the center of your mat. Maybe, if that feels okay, you can take the right hand up by the right hip. So a single arm, downward facing dog. Now if this feels impossible, don't worry, you're just going to keep both hands down. Take a breath in. On your exhale, come forward to plank. So maybe both hands are still down, or maybe your right hand is by your hip. Take an inhale. Exhale, come to side plank. So you're going to twist to face towards the right hand side. Now your right hand is lifted wherever you are. Take an inhale. Draw your left knee in towards your chest, the bottom leg. Exhale, kick the leg out in front of you, and as you do, come all the way down to seated. You're almost in a wide seat. Inhale, arms to the sky. As you exhale, take your fingers back behind you. You're going to use your core strength to curl your body in and come into a fold. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, left hand lands. Now press the left hand down and forward, pick up the hips, almost like a semi-triangle pose. Draw your left knee, full triangle, left knee into your chest. Right hand lands as you step back, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. On your exhale, right hand presses down and forward. Either you're staying or your left hand is coming by your hip. Take a breath in. Exhale, come forward, plank pose. Side plank, inhale, wherever you are, left arm lifts to the sky. Exhale, draw your right knee into your chest. And then inhale, extend the right leg out straight. And exhale, come down onto your bottom. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, hands go back behind you, chest folds forward. Inhale, both arms lift. Exhale, right hand comes down by your butt. So almost like where it would be for your downward dog. Press the hand down and forward as you pick up your hips. Draw your right knee into your chest, take a breath in. Exhale, left hand lands, and both feet land, downward facing dog. Okay, let's flow it out. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, come forward, plank pose, knees down, chest down, or you can lower all the way in one straight line, come to your belly. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders back. Press down through the tops of the feet, hover the hands by your shoulders, so you're gonna engage the back body, feel it tickle. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Okay, so you know what's coming. You've got 2 more of those. Take a big breath in. Clearing exhale. Stay or left hand presses down and forward, right hand comes down by your hip. Reach through the fingers, take an inhale. Exhale, come forward to plank pose. Inhale, side plank, right arm to the sky. Exhale, left knee into chest. Inhale, left leg extends out. Exhale, come down to seated. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, hands back as your chest falls forward. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, left hand down, press down and forward, pick up the hips. Inhale, pick up the left leg. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, take a breath in. Exhale, right hand presses down and forward, either stay or left hand by your hip. Come forward, exhale. Inhale, side plank, left arm to the sky. Exhale, right knee into chest. Inhale, right leg extends straight. And exhale, come down to seated. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, hands back behind you, fold. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, right hand down, pick up the hips. Inhale, right knee to chest. Exhale, land the hands, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, press off with the legs, come forward, plank pose. Knees down, chest down, or one straight line all the way down to your belly. Point your toes, inhale, shoulders back. Think about pulling the elbows back, the chest forward, hover the hands. Exhale, plant the hands, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. You've got 1 more round. If it's not in you and you want to rest, you know I'm all for rest. Take a big breath in. Exhale, stay or right hand by your hip. Take a breath in. Exhale, come forward, plank pose. Inhale, side plank, right arm to the sky. Exhale, left knee into your chest. Inhale, left leg extends. Exhale, come down to seated. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, fold, hands back. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, left hand down, pick up the hips, so left hand down and forward, push. And then inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, hands land. Take a breath in. Exhale, left hand by your hip. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, come forward, plank pose. Inhale, side plank, left arm to the sky. Exhale, right knee into chest. Inhale, right leg extends straight. And exhale, come down to seated. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands back, chest forward. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, right hand lands behind you, push your hips down and forward, push your hand down and forward, lift your hips. Inhale, squeeze your right thigh in towards your chest, and then left hand lands, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, lift up onto your tiptoes, press your hands down and forward, and then exhale, bend your knees, chest to thighs. Use the strength of your legs, ripple yourself forward, plank pose, knees down, chest down, or all the way to your bellies. Take an inhale and a back bend, stay or hover the hands. Exhale, plant your hands, and this time, either child's pose or kneel at the back of your mat. So if you prefer head above heart, kneel. If child's pose feels super restful to you, take a child's pose. Take a big breath in, and take a really big breath out. Slow everything down, go again, big breath in. And really big breath out. Wherever you are, you're going to make your way to hands and knees. So either come up from child's pose or walk your way forward from kneeling. Take a breath in. As you exhale, extend your right leg back out behind you. And then you're going to pivot your left foot slightly off of your mat and plant your right foot down. Take an inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Okay, from here we're going to find some pulses. So I want you to, this is the last bit of work. So you're going to draw your rib cage in, so try not to kind of arch your spine and lift the ribs. Think about drawing them in, so in with the ribs and slight tuck of your tailbone. Lift up onto tented fingers first, so we want to be quite light on that left hand. Take a breath in. On your exhale, you're thinking about this right hand side, you're drawing the ribs down and in. Exhale to lift, inhale down. We're going to go for 20, 19, 18, you can make the movement bigger if you need to. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Exhale on the up. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Reach through the crown of the head. 5, 4, breathe. 3, 2, on 1. Cartwheel your hands. Bring your right leg in, big breath in. And a really big breath out. Okay, this is the last bit of effort. I'm going to spin round. Left leg is going to extend out behind. You're going to slightly pivot your right foot up off of your mat and plant your left heel down. Twist your torso to the left hand side, lift up onto right fingertips. So super, super light. Take your left arm up to the sky. Draw the ribs in. You're finding those pulses. We've got 20 and then you are done with the hard work. Take a big breath in. Exhale to crunch. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, no, keep going, 12, 11, 10, big exhales on the out, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cartwheel in, left leg in, take a big breath in. Take a really big breath out. Okay. Come all the way down to lying on your belly. You have done all of the hard work for today's class. We are just going to stretch out our shoulders a little bit. Bring your right arm, you can't see because I'm wearing the biggest jumper of all time, to an L shape. So your shoulder is in line with your elbow and your elbow is in line with your wrist. Plant your palm down. Bring your left hand by your rib cage and then look over to the left. Now, if this feels like you can't find the ground with your face, like if your right side of your face can't find the ground, you can bring a pillow or you could grab one of your yoga blocks or books and just bring them underneath so you've got something to rest your head on if you can't quite reach the ground. From here, we're going to spin over onto that right shoulder. So you're going to use your left hand to press you as you roll over onto your right hand side. You can bend your knees a little bit if you need to. You can even step the left foot behind if you've got the space. And we're just going to be really passive here. We've already done a lot of work. Keep a little bit of engagement through the back of the shoulder. So if you're finding it, if that feels like you can't imagine what I mean, think about the muscles that you would need to lift the arm off of the ground from where you are. Now obviously that's not going to happen, but the muscles that you would need to lift the arm up, can you maybe slightly turn them on, maybe just 25%. Take another breath in. One last exhale. If the legs are bent, extend them out and come back onto your belly. And we'll swap over. So left arm finds that 90-degree angle, elbow in line with shoulder, elbow in line with wrist. Right hand comes in and you're looking to the left hand side this time. And from here, we're just going to roll ourselves over onto our left shoulder. So you can bend your knees again if that's helpful. Maybe your foot finds the ground. Maybe it's nowhere near. That's totally fine too. As long as you can feel a stretch through the front of the left shoulder and kind of into the left side of your chest, that's what we're after. Maybe close your eyes to help you relax. And then think about the back of the left shoulder muscles again. So what would it take to lift the left arm or the left elbow, at the very least, off of the ground? And can you just slightly turn them on? See if you can relax your left hand so you're not gripping with the left fingertips. Take one more breath in. Slow breath out. Okay, roll all the way back onto your belly. And then you're just going to roll all the way over, straight onto your backs. And we'll take a few breaths to finish. So, as always, I know it's tempting to skip this part, but I really, really encourage you to prioritize and place importance on rest. So, this feels comfortable, knees bent, have your knees bent. If you want to straighten your legs in a more typical Shavasana, then do. Take a really big breath in and completely fill your lungs. Take a really big breath out, completely empty. Okay, eyes closed. Slow your breathing. See if you can relax any tension that you're holding in your jaw and in your face and behind and around your eyes. Can you let your pelvis be heavy? Let's take 3 more breaths together. Just 3. Inhale. Slow exhale. Inhale. Slow exhale. Inhale. And slow exhale. And then when you're ready, blink open your eyes. Carefully roll yourself over onto your side and press yourself up to seated.